You don't know who they know. So back in college, I'm taking this education class with Professor Harris. Everyone said she was amazing, really cared about students, all that stuff. First few weeks go fine. Then election season hits and I've got these small campaign buttons on my backpack. Nothing crazy, just like 2 little buttons for the candidate I supported. I walk into class one morning and Professor Harris sees my buttons. She completely loses it on me in front of everyone. She goes, "People like you will bring politics into the classroom and corrupt innocent children. You have no business becoming a teacher." I'm sitting there shocked because I literally never talked politics in her class. Ever. I just had 2 tiny buttons on my bag. But then she starts going on these weird political rants during every single class, talking about how bumper stickers should be illegal and how anyone from my political party shouldn't be allowed to teach. The worst part was when she started attacking kids with ADHD. She literally said ADHD isn't real and that kids who claim to have it are just lying and should be punished. I have ADHD, been diagnosed since I was 7, had to go to the office every day in elementary school for my meds while all the other kids stared at me. When I tried to politely disagree with her, she got in my face and asked if I was going to cry about it. A few days later, I get called to the dean's office. Turns out Professor Harris reported me to the ethics committee, saying I had anger management problems and was dangerous to future students. I had to get 3 extra recommendation letters, go to counseling, and let them read my therapy records just to stay in the program. The counselor literally wrote in my file that I didn't have anger issues and that Professor Harris and I just had personality conflicts. But Harris wasn't done with me. 2 semesters later, I'm taking my final exam in this really hard class. The door opens during the test and Harris walks in to talk to my professor. I glanced up for like half a second because the noise distracted me, then went back to my exam. She reported me to the ethics committee again, said I glared at her threateningly during an exam. An exam. I glanced up during an exam and she tried to get me kicked out of college for it. I'm telling my family friend about all this drama over dinner one night, just venting about how frustrated I am. My family friend goes, "Wait, is Professor Harris the one working on her doctorate at State University?" I said, "Yeah. How'd you know that?" She just smiled and said she'd take care of it. Turns out my family friend sits on the state education board, the same board that oversees doctoral programs at State University. 6 months later, I hear through the grapevine that Professor Harris failed her dissertation defense, and they refused to let her try again. 3 years of doctoral work down the drain, thousands of dollars in tuition gone. I never asked my family friend to do anything, but in a small world, Harris picked the wrong person to mess with. She tried to destroy my teaching career over campaign buttons. Instead, she destroyed her own career by being a bully. Moral of the story? You never know who someone's family friends might be.